So I really think you'll enjoy this card trick. It's quite a bit of fun. Cards are shuffled. And we'll have a card just peek in this case. So I'm going to look away. And you just tell me when to stop whenever you like. And they say, let's say there. Do you want to go further? And they say yes. And they'll say right there. Okay? So that is the card we'll memorize, or you guys will memorize. Hopefully you can see it. I want to try to be as fair as I possibly can be. So you got it. They envisioned it. Okay, great. And what we're also going to do is we're going to have the cards shuffled, so they can go out and they can shuffle the cards, not me. In that particular case, they can mix on up. And while they're shuffling, you say, I also want to show you an art piece before I reveal your card. And the art piece is a special flourish, whenever your flourish is. So I can actually do my Shyvana in this case. It looks like this. So it looks pretty cool, like so. And then you could actually take another packet and do something like this. Ooh. Or whatever flourish you have a preference for. And then after all this, watcha, you can actually be able to spring out one card. And I say, your card in particular, it was a bit of a red card, was it? And you go, yep. Bit of a higher card, not like royal cards, but pretty high, right? And you go, yep. Like, I wouldn't say like a 9, but more of a 10, like a red 10, like a 10 of diamonds. And you go, yep. How do you know that? Turn it over. And I go, yep. And that is all Bluff. Love it. So I hope you enjoyed that quick card trick. If you can, give the video a like before we jump into an explanation. It really does help the channel. So that being said, this is a fun little quickie you can be able to do. And it's really impromptu. All you need is a peek and a lot of fun byplay, which is really, really great. So cards are shuffled however you want. And a card is peeked, really is peeked in a fair manner. I tend to use tips from John Armstrong in his Armstrong Magic DVD and Eddie Fector on their peaks to be able to get this kind of peek where you can actually be able to see the cards. The cards are held in the back by the thumb, 4 fingers in front, and then you have this wide gap of being able to see the cards. Like so. Okay, so you can say stop and then stop on whichever card. Now again, it might be slightly out of frame, so I apologize in the performance. But you get a general idea, and then they can stop whenever. It's not force. And then you can let go, but before you let go, you get a break on the card. So we got that card. And then to be able to get the peek for what the card is in an actual performance, we ask them to imagine their card. I'm using a ruse popularized by Peter Turner. I'm not sure if it's his, but that's just one place I saw it from. Eddie Fector was the very first place I saw it from. I think I saw Peter Turner use it, and a couple other magicians who are bar magicians use this idea while getting a peek on the cards. Or it might be not Peter Turner, but and I'll list his name below. I'm blanking right now. My apologies. But that said, we do this. We imagine them doing this, and as we're doing that, we go from the peek position. Or sorry. We go from the break position, moving the pinky over to here and pushing the deck over like so. So it's jotted like this. And the pinky is maintaining the separation. And this is in a downward position. And this is while you're making that gesture. So you move it from here to over to here. And from here, while I'm making the gesture, I am looking from my view. I am actually looking at the peek card. So in this position, holding the fingers right here. Forefinger right here as I'm directing. In effect, in his book, The Magic of Eddie Fector just boldly peeked at it very casually. So the tricks, he relaxes, he does a peek, he's staring right at the card, casually makes a look down, gets it, and then can close up the deck right after getting the peek. And you got the knowledge you need. You know their selection. So in the worst case, you could be able to just divine it out in case spectators really want you to know what the card is. So that's some way out. And while you can, there's a couple ways you can proceed with this. I tend to go for the most simple, but I will be aware for the intermediate, advanced people, you could technically side steal the card out and then hand the cards out to shuffle. they shuffle it, and then you could add it back in so you could have the card controlled on top. Okay, and so you can actually at the end reveal their card, or when you do after you do a false cut, you do a card spring, and in the original simplified version, you don't have to do a false cut, but you can do whatever fancy false cut you want if you really like it. At the end, you could name off the card, as in the performance, but then you can turn it over and actually show that card. So there is that advanced version, and it would be your own methods, however you want to go about it. But I like this simplified version because you don't have to do any of that. You can just have fun with it. It's a bluff, which is great. It's like, how did he know? But he showed up the card. But is it? It just makes people ask more questions, which is just great. So we've got the peak. I know now it's the 10 of hearts, and so I can do any cut I like. So it's not restrictive of whatever I want to do, but I can actually just do a free cut. I'm not trying to control anything. I'm just being free with it. And by the way, this you're seeing right now is my triple pop routine. Triple pop cut. I just call it triple pop because it pops 3 times. And that's a cool little cut. It's not false in any way, but the advantage, and it's inspired by Daniel Madison, by the way, by his stone cut, I believe. But the idea was I can be able to create a dynamic where you could actually just have a centerpiece focus on flourishes and people enjoy it because they think it's part of the effect, and you just get to show off. I've created a dynamic with flourishers, so now flourishers may really like this trick because it adds a little bit of mentalism into cardistry, a little bit of magic. It has all those elements, so it has a lot of things people would love to feed off of because it's very, very commercial. So we've done the cut, and then we can do a card spring retaining the last card. And it's a feeling kind of thing. I don't know, most magicians can just do it. So after doing a card spring, if you don't know how to do a card spring, check my channel for a tutorial on that in the card section, or just type in card spring tutorial. That being said, we card spring to last card, do not show it, okay? It's not the card, but we just, knowing the information we said earlier, the card being the 10 of hearts, it's not 10 of hearts, but we just card spring, and I go 1 card, okay? And it just seems so cool. It's flourishy. It's like, wait, he has a card. Okay. Wow, how do you do that? And he's building up, and now he's naming our card. How is he doing that? He's got to show the card. And then I give tidbits, as you saw in the performance. And then at the end, I go, 10 of hearts. They go, whoa, oh my gosh, show me the card. And I go, yeah, that's great, isn't it? And so we leave it as a mystery that we do that. So it's just like, wait, why would he do that? And just, it's just funny. I know that people say confusion isn't magic, but I redid the magic. It's just a fun little confusion I'm just throwing in for a bonus. And it also lends itself to a miracle chance, which is why I would love to do this trick often if I was just doing impromptu things. Because of the fact there is a rare time, a 152 chance, that when I'm card springing, sorry, my bad. When I'm card springing and I actually get the card just happens to be on top, you do all things, and then you turn it over and it really is their card. And I didn't, they're like, how did he do that? He was just flourishing. He didn't get any controls. He just handed it out to us right after, and they're asking all these questions. So it makes it really, really good. Which just reminded me of the fact, this is another bonus I'm throwing in there. If you crimp cards, you know how to crimp. I have a video on that as well, on crimping. You can check my channel in the card tutorial section. You can crimp a card, assuming they don't notice, so they shuffle the cards in, whatever method you decide to do for crimping. And then you could actually just cut to the card, then do the flourish, and then you get that miracle effect when you do that and you show it. Just make sure you undo the crimp at the towards the end, and then you can show it, and then boom, you've kind of got a miracle class effect in a sense. But I mean, it is a little bit more extra effort having to adjust for the crimp, and there is a small chance you might get caught. You never know. But I just throw that out there so some magicians could have that effect. But with that said, I think this is a really, really cool, just impromptu. It's a bluff, but it's just a fun, tongue-in-cheek thing. It's a, what do you call it? I'm blanking out on it. But that being said, I hope you get some mileage out of it. If you can, again, give the video a like. And if you haven't checked out this video or this video yet, definitely check them out. And I will see you in the next video.